The feature event of today's carnival is the Open Ironman event, of course the feature of all surfing races in any carnival these days. And to tell you something about it, let's go down to the water's edge to Ian Toll.
A top quality field assembled here at Freshwater Beach for the Ironman race. With the tide going out of the stage and the draw being swim, board and ski, it's certainly anyone's race. No doubt it's going to be a lottery, but looking at some of the names in this race, Craig Riddington's here, the New South Wales champion. Guy Leach is also here and he's been winning over the past 2 or 3 days. I like to look at Greg Mickle from City of Perth, Western Australia also, and don't doubt that Brad Fernley from Freshwater Beach, the local club, will do very well. Also in this particular event is Deacon Spicer from Tasmania. Come all the way from Tasmania to compete in this event. But keep your eyes on Craig Riddington, the light blue cap, and certainly going to go very fast today, as he assured me before the race.
Well, we've had one full start, and just looking down the field with the field glasses on, John Donoghue.
Well, as Ian has said, it's most certainly a star-studded cast of competitors for this Ironman. Of course, the events, the way they're running it in the swim, board and ski, would suit the spectators as well as the competitors. Here we see Craig Riddington, a well-known swimmer, entering the water, but on the other side of him is the competitor from teammate from Manly in Julian Taylor getting a great break through the bank. The swim leg being the slowest, they're got to go out to the water through broken water, and you can see him using the bank there and trying to porpoise across it. Water about waist depth, and it's running onto that bank very, very hard and causing them some sort of difficulty. They're using the bottom with their hands and their feet pushing through it, and we can see right in the middle of the field the leading competitor at the moment is the competitor from Warriewood, Sean Kenny, who's got the best of the break.
Look, and I add to what you've just said, John, about the sequence of events. Now, the Ironman consists of 3 parts, and today it's swim, board and ski, and of course a little beach sprint to finish. Now, before each event they have a ballot to determine the order or sequence of those sections. Now, from my point of view, and from the spectator's point of view, I'm quite clear on the point that swim, board, ski is the best way to run the event, because you're taking the slowest part first, the medium part in the middle, and the quickest way home is on the skis, the most spectacular way of doing it. Now, the thing against that, is that the best way to run it for competitors, John?
Well, it's the best way to run it for the competitor that's not the strongest swimmer. Craig Riddington, for instance, would be looking for a good break in the swimming leg of the race. He's swimming well at the moment, and of course he'd hope to return back to the beach first. And the idea with that is that he has the first choice of the entry and the run through the water out on the second one, which is the board, and he gets the first opportunity to pick up a wave. And that continues on with the ski leg. But we've seen over the last few days where the ski leg has caused a great deal of difficulties with surfers, and the top notches have been knocked out. They're getting up to the turning buoys now, and of course going around the buoy, looks like the Freshwater competitor is in front. Yes, it's Freshwater with local knowledge. Coming up behind him is Craig Riddington of Manly, and a little bit further back to Christie's Beach of South Australia. That's Freshwater in front at the moment. It's Fernley of Freshwater just coming up to the last turning buoy. It's up to the black buoy now. And have a look at Craig Riddington on the outside of him as he comes around. There's Fernley of Freshwater, and of course we see Craig Riddington of Manly on the other side. Now, just as we predicted, there's a wave coming up the back. It could be a tremendous opportunity for both these competitors. As the wave is coming up, they'll be looking for it, trying to get the best of the run possible. As Riddington's going to get the best run, but he won't be able to break it. And of course, it's unfortunate for Riddington, because he would love to have picked that up and would give him a 20 or 30 metre lead over the rest of the field. But they're coming into the area now where it's anyone's race, because everyone's got the opportunity of picking up the next wave. As they push half, we see the first competitor over is going to be Riddington, and also Guy Leach. Both those competitors have picked up the wave. Also did Fernley and Freshwater, but not one of them got a very clear run of it. It broke very heavily on the bank, and Riddington is holding it a little bit better than the others. And of course behind them is a whole host of other competitors. So we can see the change there as these competitors come through. It is still, it looks like it's Guy Leach that's in front at the moment, but coming through on the wave behind him is 3 other competitors who are going to get a very good run. But there's Warriewood, another Manly. It looked like Riddington's picked up another wave, and he's coming through, and Leach has picked up the same wave. Behind him, Fernley, then Sean Kenny. So behind them we see Guy Leach is in front. Craig Riddington's in second. We see Julian Taylor just behind them, and behind them Greg Mickle from City of Perth in Western Australia. But the first one out and running very strongly is Craig Riddington of Manly. He's followed by the Coolangatta goal man Guy Leach. Further back to Sean Kenny of Warriewood, then to Greg Mickle of City of Perth, then to Fernley of Freshwater. And we see those competitors coming across the line, ready to retrieve their board for the second leg. nothing separating these two Manly competitors, and we've watched this event the last couple of years, and of course they've shared the positions of 1, 2 and 3 with Grant Kenny, but we can see Craig Riddington of Manly on the left and Guy Leach of Manly on the right.
Can we make the point that this is much more than a normal test of swimming, board riding and ski riding? This is a surfing test, because they've got to be able to wade, they've got to negotiate a pretty stiff bank out there with the waves coming down, and they can be knocked off their boards here, and it's a pretty tough run coming out of that water after that swim section. This is a real surfing event, John.
Yes, well, they're right in the middle of the broken water area now on the bank, and watch the techniques of these two competitors as they proceed out to sea. Now the next wave is a pretty big wave, and if it continues at this strength, they'll roll off their boards and turn over, but it's not big enough. They put their nose of the boards up, but we can see the difference in the styles, and if they can't get over this one, they'll have to roll on this one. There they go. Guy Leach chose not to roll, Riddington did, and of course there's a wave out there, and here's where Norman was talking about the talents of both of them to choose to roll underneath the boards, hold their boards, let the water run over them, and of course we've seen a great break then by Craig Riddington, who got the best of that one. He's on the green water and heading out to the sea. So it's Craig Riddington and Manly in front of Guy Leach of Manly, both good teammates that train together each day of the year, and of course they're competing against each other out there now. No friendship at all. It's the best man that's going to win. Now Riddington would be looking towards getting around these boys very clearly and very neatly, and choosing the correct way to come home to pick up the wave. But there we see Craig Riddington just going around the buoy now. They're the swimming boys. I'll go out to the next set of boys, which are the pinnacle boys for the boards, and the ski boards are different again, and the boards are very colourful, and they'll be doing the best they can to position themselves on the way home.